Hi guys, Deborah from Housewife Eclectic here. I'm here today. We are going to be using the Cricut to make a Harry Potter inspired library bag. I've been making like a crazy amount of Harry Potter crafts this week. So we're all about Harry Potter this week. Well, it's July. You have to be about Harry Potter. So hang on just a second. I'm going to get a couple shares going. So I'm coming to you from Salt Lake City, Utah. When you hop on, let me know where you are coming from. I feel like I'm dragging today. Does anyone feel like Friday is extra draggy today? I feel like, yeah. I can even type. Okay, so today I'm going to be using my Cricut. I'm going to walk you through it. It's really easy. That's why I really love this machine, because it is so easy to use. I have both machines. People always like hop on and say, no, you should be using a Cameo or whatever. And I actually have both machines. I use both machines. But I prefer the Cricut for its ease of use. Hi Laura, nice to see you here. It's just so much easier to use. It's just really user-friendly. Let's see if I can. Guys, I feel like I'm dragging today. I swear. It should be Monday, not Friday. So we are making Harry Potter crafts today. I have been a little Harry Potter crazy this week. I don't know why. It's just been all Harry Potter. I'll show you. We are in my craft room today, my office. So I work from home. This is where I do it. My husband has a little corner. I always feel bad. Maybe one day he'll get his own office, but probably not someday soon. So I'm going to walk you over with me to my Harry Potter section. A lot of my craft room is Doctor Who, because that's like, I don't know, I can't really decide which one's my main fandom. So we are going to be making, so this is my Harry Potter wall. See my wand and my pumpkin juice and my chocolate frog. So we are going to be making a Harry Potter library bag, focused on that, that quote that everybody loves from Hermione about, when in doubt, go to the library. So a cute bag for your library book. So you're just going to need a tote, just a plain, this one, I can't even remember which of the craft stores I got it at. They should all have plain tote bags. It's a pretty standard crafting thing. So this one, let me see what size it was. I think this is a 13-inch tote bag. I do know they make them a little bit bigger or they make them smaller. I kind of like that. This is a 13.5 by 13.5, so a square tote bag. So we've just got this looking right there. Easy peasy. So those of you that are just joining us today, I'm Deborah from Housewife Eclectic. I do a lot of crafts, mostly on my show. I do crafts. I do a lot of food, but for some reason I don't do that on lives a lot. So I do a lot of Harry Potter crafts, a lot of Doctor Who crafts. So, if you're into like the geeky things, you can go ahead and go up into the description and give my page a like so that you'll see all the crazy Doctor Who, Harry Potter things that I do. I mean, I've got problems. I'll show you. This is my Doctor Who wall. Can you see? Nope. I'm gonna have to stand you up. Whoop! Make you dizzy. So there's my Doctor Who wall. You can see my pictures with Matt Smith and Arthur Darvill and Billy Piper's up there too. See, I've got geeky problems, but I think it's a good problem. So I'm gonna just, you can ask my husband. He probably doesn't. So today we are making a tote bag. We're not actually going to be sewing the tote bag. We're just using a tote pad blank. If you need a tote bag blank and you don't want to run to the craft store, you can go ahead and up in the description. I've linked to a good one on Amazon. I'm pretty sure the one I linked to is the same size as the one I'm using. Let me check that for you guys. So I'm using a 13.5-inch bag today, which I think is pretty standard. Yeah. So this one is it's the same width, it's a little taller, which might be great for library books. The one I just linked to if you go up into the description. So I'm going to walk you through how to do this. It's super easy. That's why I love my Cricut. I do have both machines. People, you know, once you start talking about Cricut or Silhouette, people like, they're very intense about which one they love. So I have both machines. I really feel like the Cricut is easier. It's easier to walk someone through. I feel like there's less tech savvy needed to do it. So that's what we are going to be using today. I've got the Cricut Explore Air 2 right here. And we will be using the new Cricut Design Space. So let me go ahead and turn you so you're not going to be able to see me. You're just going to be able to see my computer screen. Right here. Let's see if I can back you up a little bit. It's always like with the front facing camera, it always confuses me a little bit how it's working. So we are just going to go ahead and, hi Priscilla, good to see you. We're going to go ahead and sign into the new Cricut Design Space, which is design.cricut.com. It's very similar, if you've been using the old Design Space, it's very similar to that. Just, you know, some new updates, things like that. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to be taking screenshots as we go so that I can upload this into a post for you guys later today, so that if you have questions on how to do it, you'll be easily able to do it by yourself. So hang on. My computer is, I swear, it's not that old, but it's like, it's on its last leg here. It's probably because I keep so much stuff on it. My husband's always telling me I don't need 2 terabytes worth of stuff on my computer, but I think I do, so. Yeah, the new Design Space is really awesome. I love the grid feature. I mean, it updated some of the, I think, the best things about it. So this is what the new Design Space is looking like. You can see here, down here, it's got Make It Now projects, which are projects that have already been created that you can go ahead and just select from and decide to make it. These up here are projects that I've made. You can see my cute little soccer ball one that I made for my daughter the other day, which I loved. I don't think she was as impressed as I was, but I was pretty proud of myself for that one, guys. Okay. So I'm just gonna take some screenshots as we go so that I can help you guys. I can upload this all into a post for you later. So that if you have any questions, you can just refer to it. So the first thing that you need to do is you see this green new project button. It's in the top right corner of the screen. You just need to go ahead and hit that, and then it will open up this the grid for you. So each of these little squares is an inch, which is really helpful when you are trying to make your measurements on a project. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a screenshot of that for you guys. So that grid, it's one of the newer features of Design Space, the new Design Space, and I love it. It really helps you to know how big your project is. So you can come down here to images. This is what will allow you to insert images that have already been created from Cricut. So let's go ahead and click that. It will take you to this screen. Maybe I told you my internet is all sorts of. So it'll take you to this screen where you can type in, and this basically, like, you know how Cricut used to have the old cartridge system? It's basically incorporating the cartridge system into the new Cricut, but it's not necessary. So if you want to use any of these images, you can. You can see that they have individual prices on them. Or if you see they have this little green A, that's their subscription system, which means if you subscribe to it, then you can use any of those images for free. Like, obviously you can look and see that I have subscribed to it because I think it's worth it. But so I'm just going to go ahead and search for a book here, and it will pop up with a bunch of different items. So you can go ahead and look around and see if those books are any of the ones that you want to use. If they are not something you want to use, you can upload your own image. There's no, they used to be, I kind of like this one. Does anyone else like that one? So I'm going to go ahead and insert this into my project with just the button down at the bottom there. So the nice thing about this is you can use, if you're worried about it and everything like that. I know some people really liked the cartridge system with the Cricut because it was really easy. So this still allows you to do that, but you don't have to do that. You can totally make your own thing. So I'm going to insert this image into my project because I like it. So here is the book. So the next thing that is really cool is you can just search for an image that you want. So here we've got a bunch of book images and things like that. If you find one that you like, you can go ahead and I'm just going to show you how to download. So save as, oops, save that in the wrong space. I'm working on another post right now. Guys, I feel like I'm dragging. What is up with this Friday dragging? Well, I know what it is. So the air conditioning went out in our house yesterday, and it's like 100-degree days. Of course it is. And so to continue on that, we're going to go ahead and hit upload here. So upload image, browse for your image, find the one that you want. This is a simple image because it has high contrast colors and a transparent or monochrome background. So we're going to go ahead and hit simple and hit continue. So then this is the select and erase board. This is where you are going to go ahead and cut out. You want any place that you want to cut to be transparent behind it, which has that like checkered symbol. So this is what I want it to look like since I want to just cut those simple lines. So we're going to go ahead and add those in. We're going to hit save as a cut image and add it to our, see, and then it will show up in your library. You can insert it into. So our air conditioning went out last night and it's like brutally hot today. We're waiting for the air repairman. Why do they always go out when it's like 100 degrees? It never goes out when it's, you know, just a nice 80 degrees. But hi Mary, good to see you. So these are the books we are going to use on our project. So then we just need to come to the text down here and we are going to break it up a little bit because I think I want some different fonts here. So when in doubt, go to the, this is probably one of my very favorite Hermione quotes. It's one that's used a lot just because it says, "It is awesome, library." Uh-oh. We lost our words. I'm not sure where they went. Dear machine, why are you being silly? Library. Okay, what am I doing wrong, guys? Of course. I always tell my husband the best way to like make something go wrong is to try and do it live. Like the most easy thing in the world will go wrong when you do it live. Okay, am I like having a severe like brain moment here? I'm not. So okay, I'm gonna leave that alone for a minute, and we're gonna. I don't mind the font here on the when in the and go to the, but I want a different font for the doubt, and I want a different font for the library. So we're gonna go ahead. This does pull all of the fonts in from your computer, which is super nice. It also has Cricut fonts in here that you can purchase, or you see the little green A here. Those are fonts that are included with their access if you have their Cricut access. Okay, is going to be a super fast. There we go. It does exist. It's just having a glitch. Okay, so when in doubt, go to the library. Here we go. I'm going to make the doubt in the library bigger just because I can. Okay, so you do want to make sure that we are under 13 and a half inches wide and 13 and a half inches tall, or it's not going to fit on our bag. So I like to lay it out just like I am going to put it on the bag just so I can kind of see how it's going to look. It will, when it cuts it, it will kind of change it around a little bit so that it will save you the most of your material, which I do love. So we're just going to play with it. See what we like. Nope, don't like that. So this is the fun thing, is you can just kind of move things around and kind of see where you like them like that. You know, you can find a good pattern, a good so I'm just moving them around, trying to figure out where I like them. When in doubt. Dude, guys, this is a struggle. Okay, so we're just going to go back to kind of what we had in the beginning. Okay, so at this point, you just want to make sure that it's not bigger than 13 and a half inches wide. Okay, so I think that's kind of how we want it to look when we are all done. So, do we like the fonts? Should we change the fonts up more? Cricut. Okay. So I like the way that looks. So I think that's how we are gonna roll with it. So let's go ahead and come over here and grab some cutting material. So for this project, you are gonna need heat transfer, which heat transfer is like my very favorite type of material. It's kind of all sorts of awesome. So here's my Harry Potter wall and all my iron on. So what kind of, should we go with Gryffindor color? Should we see? I've got some red glitter. Can you, there we go. Can you see that red glitter? Let's see if we can find some gold glitter. I've got some green and silver. Not sure if I have any gold glitter. Woo! Knocking stuff over. It would be fun to do it in Gryffindor colors. Every time I do something in Gryffindor colors, it irritates my 8-year-old because she's a Ravenclaw. She's always telling me that it should be in blue and bronze. But I'm not a Ravenclaw. I'm a Gryffindor. So we've just got a bunch of different, oh look. Oh, I just have a tiny gold scrap. I wonder if we can make that work. Oh, there's a bigger piece. Okay, so we'll do it in gold and red in Gryffindor colors. I think that will be kind of fun. And this is glitter heat transfer, which is my very, very favorite thing ever. Glitter all the things, people. Glitter all the things. So I use, they make regular ones that aren't glittery. I don't use them as much because they're not glittery. Why not glitter all the things? So I'm going to scooch you this way so you can see. You see that I've just pulled my machine up. I'm going to go ahead and open it up, get it ready for cutting. So now that we've got this laid out the way we want it, it's really easy to make from here on out. I mean, you've seen how fast I've put together this project, which is so nice. So go ahead and you're going to hit the green Make It button, which is up here in the corner. Since everything is out of the, oh, you know what, we need to change that. Because everything is the same color in the program, it will cut, it assumes you want to cut everything out of the same color. So if you change colors on things, it will assume that you want to cut them out a different color. So I'm going to change the color on the Doubt, and I'm going to change the color on the Library. It doesn't matter what color you change them to, as long as they are the same color. So now it will know that I want to change I want to cut the Doubt and the Library out of a different color material, so it will put it on a different mat when I hit the Make It Now button. See, now can you see I have two different color mats here? So it's lined everything up on this mat here for us. You need to come over here to this button right here and hit Mirror It, and you need to go to the second mat and mirror that too, all before you start the cut. So that when you mirror it, that is what sets it up to use heat transfer. So it's going to cut our red first. And I could have done it backwards. I could have done, you know, gold out of, you know, the books in gold and stuff like that. But I have more red glitter, so that's what I'm going to do. I don't know why. It's been like Harry Potter crazy crafting week at our house this week. I think it's just because, you know, it's July. You've got Harry Potter's birthday this month, and you've got to get those. Okay, so you just need a standard grip mat. Pull that plastic off the mat. You probably need a new mat here soon. I've been using this one for ages. So I love Cricut mats. I even, when I'm not cutting with a Cricut, I use Cricut mats in other machines. I think they're probably the best ones out there. It's definitely something that they have perfected. So I'm just, if you have a scraper tool, which is this tool right here, you can go ahead, if you have anything extra on your mat, just go ahead and scrape it up. So, okay, so I've got my red glitter heat transfer. Just a big sheet of red glitter. So one of the big reasons that you mirror your heat transfer when you cut heat transfer is because you lay it down the opposite way that you would lay vinyl down. So vinyl, you just lay the backing down, and so it cuts straight onto the vinyl. This one, you lay it backwards. So you lay this is the backings on the front. Does that make sense? Am I making sense, people? I don't feel like I am. So we're gonna just go ahead and add our red glitter heat transfer to the mat. You just want to make sure that it doesn't matter if it's hanging off the mat like that, that's totally fine. You just want to make sure that you've covered the grid, because one of the really nice things about this machine is it is going to try and save you the most of your material. So it's going to go right up into that corner, so you want to make sure that you have got it right on top of the grid. So there is shiny side down, so the kind of the dull side is up. Mirror your iron on and load it into your machine. Okay, I'm actually kind of stoked that I had red glitter heat transfer. I didn't know I had red glitter. So we've loaded it into our machine. Let me move you a little bit so you can see the machine. Can I do that? See if I can move you without. There we go. Maybe. It does this thing where it like goes blurry and it drives me crazy. Drives me crazy. Okay, there we go. So now we just need to, this is the smart dial here. This is where you can kind of change what you are cutting. So with the glitter heat transfer, you can put that you are cutting iron-on plus, or you can actually go to their, in the program, and tell it that you are cutting glitter heat transfer. It's got glitter heat transfer as a specific setting, which is super nice. So once this flashing little button is once this button is flashing, it's ready to cut, but you want to make sure that you've got your things set first. So I'm going to go down to custom, and then I'm going to change the material on my screen to be glitter iron-on. So iron-on plus also works really well with this, but you know, if it has the setting, why not tell it exactly what you're going to cut? I think that's always the best move. So we're going to go ahead and hit go, and it's going to start cutting. So we're just going to go ahead and let that cut. Take a minute. You notice it's actually pretty quiet. My very first machine I had was this old Silhouette SD. It was so loud I couldn't use it during nap time, which is frustrating because that's like, you know, the time you have to craft. But the machines have come a long way since then. I think that first time I got my first die cut machine was like 10 years ago, so they've definitely come a long way. So it's just going to keep cutting. Probably should have checked my blade before I cut. I was cutting these little 2D vinyl things yesterday for a project I was working on, and it kept the vinyl I bought. This is why you want to buy good quality vinyl or heat transfer. It was seriously the crummiest vinyl ever. It was something that I picked up like on super clearance at a craft store, and there was a reason it was on super clearance. It was crummy. So this is the project that I did yesterday. So I do these, I do memory boxes for each of our trips. Every time we go on a trip, I do a little memory box that has like the ticket stubs and things like that in it from that trip. So this is our Wizarding World of Harry Potter trip last year. And I'll show you the other ones I've done. They're kind of small boxes, which is nice. It's nice to have like a little place to have your memories without it being so crazy. So this is our Seattle trip from this year with the shells. And then this was making our Disneyland trip from 2 years ago. And then this was our New York trip from actually 4 years ago. It just popped up on my newsfeed that, you know, 4 years ago I posted that photo. So those are the boxes that I make for each of our trips, which is super fun. Cutting forever. No. So it'll start to flash on the little arrow thing, will start to flash when it's done cutting. There are tons of tiny little cuts on this one, on those little books. I didn't even think about that. Okay. Put that in. So this is the Cricut Explore Air 2. I've had the Cricut Explore and the Cricut Explore Air. Just kind of see, and now that it's done, it will flash like this. So one of the neatest tricks I've ever learned is you put it down face like this, and you pull the mat from the project. That will keep your project from curling up, which makes it easier to put on your materials. So then we're just going to grab a pair of scissors, grab our project, kind of look at it in the light, and see where. so then you can just cut your project off so that you can save this material for another time. So now we're gonna go ahead and cut our gold. I've just got this big, so this is why I save all my scraps from all my projects, because you never know if you're gonna be able to use one for another project. So we're just gonna add our gold in. We're gonna slide that into our machine and let it go ahead and start cutting this gold heat transfer as we go ahead and peel, actually. So my tools are down here in the bottom of my machine, and I'm gonna need the weeder before we. This is called a weeder. This is my very, very, very favorite tool. I think everybody needs, anyone who's doing using a cutting machine needs this tool. It's fantastic. So now we're just gonna go ahead and make sure it's mirrored, iron on glitter, and we're gonna go ahead and let that cut. So now we're just gonna grab a corner of that heat transfer here, and you're just gonna start pulling. So, and that's about how easy it should weave, guys. It should just like come off like that. You see how nice that's coming off? You should just be able to pull. And it should just come off. Okay, so there we've done our initial pull here. So we've kind of got the initial books and those initial letters. Can you see that there? So now you just need to go through and pull out the centers of things. So this is what the hook comes in really good use for. We're just going to pull out the center of his E's, center of the G, center of the O. So you just use this hook and you slide it in to those centers. I'm going to pop right out. Okay, so now we've got our red words are all weeded and ready to go. Oh, look, our gold words are ready to pop out. So we're going to pop those out in the machine. I'm going to slide my machine back, give us a little bit more room to work here. So, and we're just going to go ahead and flip this over. You want to put your material down and peel your mat off the material. That will keep your material from curling up. So I'm going to go ahead and put my cover sheet back on my mat since we're done cutting today. And grab my scissors. I'm going to put you guys over here a little bit more so you guys can see me. So you're going to go ahead and, the glitter is a little bit harder just because there is kind of so much noise, if that makes sense. But go ahead and just cut that off right there. So, and then we are going to just go ahead, you're going to just go ahead and peel up a corner here. Uh-oh. That may have been full on operator error, guys. So go ahead, grab a corner and just peel. This is the best part of cutting with a machine. So since this is a scriptier font, it's going to be, you've got to be a little bit more careful when you pull. So make sure you get all your little curly cues. You don't accidentally pull one of those. So there is our, you can see our library. It turned out super cute. Okay, so now I'm just gonna use my hook, peel this T. I use this hook all the time. It is the best tool. Dude, I cut that close. We'll see if that's even gonna work. When I trimmed the heat transfer, I cut it close. Okay, so if you're having trouble weeding it, a lot of times I will just go back to the screen so that you can see the screen. You can kind of see what everything is supposed to look like as you pull it off. So there is my I cut the D too tight. Okay, so I'm just going ahead and pulling off all this excess heat transfer. So I'm just on my D here. I'm struggling to get my D just the way it's supposed to be. There we go. Okay, so there's our doubt and our library. I cut that D a little close. Okay, so now we have weeded those out. So you are gonna, they do not go on the same place on our bag, so you are gonna go ahead and cut those apart into 2 separate words. And then we are gonna go ahead and cut these red words apart too. So you want when in and go to the library need to be in 2 separate sections. So we've got all of our words weeded and ready to go now. And we just need to do our books. I'm going to go ahead and flip my heat press on really fast. So you can do this with an iron, easy peasy. I do heat transfer so often that I bought a heat press, which I love. I love my heat press. It just makes things really secure on your projects, but it's not necessary. Okay, so we've got my hook and my books here. And we're just gonna grab the center of a book. Where are you? Okay. So you're just gonna wanna, so I just kind of watch the insides of my books here so I can kind of see what I'm pulling up. So glitter is a little bit harder to see where you are going to pull things up, but it's worth it in the end. Okay. So you're just going to go ahead and pull up that. So basically you're just pulling up the excess right now so that you can see your cut really well. If that makes sense. Okay. And the stuff is kind of sticky, so it's like sticking to my arm right now. Okay, pull this up. Pull that up. Oh, so this is how my book is looking right now as I pull up. Oh, that was awesome. Okay, so we've got that first book all weeded. Now we're on the second book. The second book should be easy. Hopefully, we'll see. Okay, so we've got the big part of the second book. Okay, peel off. I love peeling vinyl, it's so satisfying. Okay. There we go. So I do think it's really helpful to have the picture of what you are doing. Oh, okay, there we go. But you can do it whatever way you want. Okay, so there are our books. See how good this turned out? I love this. I love this design. So I'm going to go ahead and trim out the sticky part. Because as we lay it on the bag, we don't want any of the extra plastic to touch any of the other pieces. So it helps if you trim them down. Okay, so now we've got ours all laid out. Now we just need our bag right here. We're going to lay it down right here, and we're going to lay those pieces on top of it. So we're going to put our books up here. So this is where like playing with it on the computer is going to come into a little bit of play. But also, you know, sometimes things look different when you get it down on a shirt or on a canvas bag. So just kind of change it around. The backing is a little sticky, so it should kind of stick down when you are deciding where to put things. So it should kind of stick for you. Doesn't stick as well to the canvas as it does to like a shirt, but so I'm going to trim this plastic a little bit because we don't want that to touch our other one. When in doubt, go to the library. Okay, so this is how our bag looks. Can you see that? It's going to come up a little bit just because it's on the canvas. The sticky stuff doesn't like to stick to the canvas as well as it likes to stick to like a shirt. So we're just going to move those around a little bit. And then we'll take this design and we'll just head over to our heat press. So you don't need anything extra on top of your project. Oh, it moved all around. You can iron right on top of the plastic, which is super nice. Okay. You guys see what I'm doing over here? I'm just laying it down. Okay, we're just gonna go for it. So I just go ahead and pull that down. So if you're ironing it, you would iron really heavily. Make sure that it's, and each part of the design gets about 30 seconds with a hot iron. Okay, so this is what our bag looks like now. Oh shoot, I was supposed to pull that little piece out. Oh well. It's done is done now. So just go ahead and peel the plastic off and you have a fantastically cute tote bag. So, and if you're ironing it, if you start peeling up the plastic and any part of it comes up, just go ahead and iron, flip the plastic back down and iron that part again. What do you guys think? When in doubt, go to the library. So now this is a cute library bag for all your library books when you head to the library this summer. So, if you guys want to tune into some of my other shows, I'm Deborah from Housewife Eclectic. I am live every Monday and Friday at 11:30 Mountain, which is 1:30 Eastern. I share a lot of geeky crafts, Doctor Who, Harry Potter, that kind of thing like we did today. So you can go ahead and go up into the description and give my page a like so that you can see our next, with July we'll probably be doing a lot of Harry Potter crafts because it's Harry Potter's birthday. So go ahead, scroll up and give my page a like, and I will see you at our next show.